Costco sells over $1 billion of food every single month, and most Americans trust them completely. But here's something they're not advertising on those giant warehouse signs. Several of their most popular foods are either partially banned, heavily restricted, or come with serious health warnings in Europe and other countries. And some of the worst offenders, they're specifically marketed towards seniors. So before you grab that flatbed cart and load it up this weekend, you need to watch this entire video. Welcome back to Frugal Living, the channel where we help you stretch every single dollar without sacrificing your health, your safety, or your peace of mind. I'm glad you're here because today we're doing a deep dive into 12 Costco foods that should raise some serious eyebrows, especially if you're over 50. We're counting down from number 12 all the way to number 1. And trust me, by the time we get to the top of this list, your jaw is going to drop. Let's get into it. Item number 12. Kirkland Signature Bacon. What's the problem? Let's start with something most Costco members have in their fridge right now. That big pack of Kirkland Signature Bacon. Now, bacon itself isn't the surprise here. The surprise is what's inside it. Sodium nitrites. These are the preservatives that keep bacon pink and give it that long shelf life. The problem? They've been classified as a probable human carcinogen by the World Health Organization, and several European countries have pushed for strict limits on nitrites in cured meats. Why people waste money on it? People buy the giant 4-pound pack because it looks like a great deal, and it is cheaper per pound. But here's the trap. Most households don't use 4 pounds of bacon before it goes bad, especially if they're trying to cut back on processed meats for health reasons. So you end up throwing half of it away. Smart alternative. Look for uncured bacon. Yes, Costco sometimes carries it, and Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods stock it regularly. It uses celery powder instead of synthetic nitrites. Will it cost a little more per pack? Yes, but you're buying less, wasting less, and reducing your exposure to chemicals flagged by health regulators worldwide. Item number 11. Kirkland American cheese slices. What's the problem? American cheese. That golden, perfectly melty staple. Here's the thing about American cheese that nobody reads on the label. It's not actually classified as cheese by the FDA. It's a pasteurized processed cheese product. In Europe, this type of product can't legally be sold as cheese at all. Several countries have flagged the artificial emulsifiers and colorings used in American-style processed cheese, and some dyes used in US versions are banned outright in the EU. Why people waste money on it? The 72-slice pack feels like an unbeatable deal, but processed cheese is loaded with sodium, over 400 milligrams per slice. For seniors managing blood pressure or heart conditions, that adds up dangerously fast. And ironically, many people don't even prefer the taste. They just buy it out of habit. Smart alternative, real sliced cheddar or Swiss from the deli section. At Costco, you can get a large block of real cheese and slice it yourself, which is actually cheaper per ounce and has no artificial dyes or emulsifiers. Item number 10. Pre-made rotisserie chicken salad. What's the problem? Costco's prepared food section is incredibly popular, and the chicken salad is one of the biggest sellers. But look at the sodium content. A single half-cup serving has over 700 milligrams of sodium. And let's be honest, nobody eats half a cup. They eat 3 or 4 times that. For someone over 60, that's a blood pressure bomb in a plastic tub. The preservatives and emulsifiers used in pre-made deli salads are also more tightly regulated in European food markets. Why people waste money on it? It feels convenient and affordable. But convenience foods come at a hidden premium. You're paying for the labor, the packaging, and the preservatives. A rotisserie chicken at Costco costs about $5. Making your own chicken salad at home with that same chicken costs a fraction of what the pre-made version runs. Smart alternative. Buy the $5 Costco rotisserie chicken, arguably the best deal in American grocery retail, and make your own salad at home. You control the sodium, the ingredients, and the portion size. Item number 9. Kirkland Trail Mix. What's the problem? Trail mix sounds healthy, right? Nuts, dried fruit, a little chocolate. What's not to love? Here's what's hiding in those massive Kirkland bags. Partially hydrogenated oils in the chocolate pieces, high fructose corn syrup in the dried cranberries, and artificial colors that are flagged or banned in several EU member states. The serving size on the label is also laughably small, about a quarter cup, and almost nobody stops there. Why people waste money on it? People buy trail mix as a healthy snack, but end up consuming 500 to 700 calories per sitting because the bag is enormous and the mix is designed to be addictive, sweet, salty, and crunchy all at once. That's a money pit disguised as a health food. Smart alternative. Build your own trail mix at Costco. Buy raw almonds, raw walnuts, and plain dried mango or apricots separately. Mix them yourself. You get more control, no HHF, CS, and you'll actually spend less per ounce when you compare like for like. Item number 8. Kirkland vitamin and supplement packs. What's the problem? Okay, this one is going to ruffle some feathers. Costco's supplement section is enormously popular with older shoppers, and for good reason. The prices are low and the brand looks trustworthy. But here's something that most people don't know. The supplement industry in the United States is barely regulated compared to Europe. The EU has strict standards for what can go into vitamins and supplements. Dosage limits, banned fillers, stricter quality controls. In the US, a company can put almost anything in a capsule and call it a supplement without FDA pre-approval. Why people waste money on it? Seniors spend billions annually on supplements that have little to no proven benefit. Studies repeatedly show that most people with a reasonably balanced diet don't need a mountain of supplements. And buying the economy-size 400-count bottle at Costco feels like savings. But if you don't need it, it's just expensive urine. Smart alternative. Talk to your doctor before buying any supplement, especially at bulk quantities. If you do need specific vitamins, look for third-party tested brands with USP certification, and only buy a month's supply at a time until you know it's working for you. Item number 7. Kirkland fruit snacks. What's the problem? These chewy little fruit snacks are in millions of American pantries, and not just for the kids. Plenty of adults love them too. But here's the issue. They contain red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6, artificial dyes that are either banned or carry mandatory warning labels in the European Union. The UK, for example, requires any food containing these dyes to carry a label warning that they may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. The US has no such requirement. Why people waste money on it? A big bag seems cheap per serving, but fruit snacks have virtually no nutritional value. They're essentially candy with a fruit label slapped on them. People buy them regularly thinking they're a better option than candy. They're not. Smart alternative. Buy actual dried fruit. No sugar added. Kirkland actually sells a solid dried mango and a mixed dried fruit that are far better options. Or buy fresh fruit in bulk. Costco's fruit prices are genuinely good. Item number 6. Heart healthy granola bars. What's the problem? Walk through Costco's snack aisle and you'll see boxes and boxes of granola bars wearing heart check logos and wholesome grain. Branding. Here's the cold truth. Many of these bars contain more sugar than a Snickers bar. Some are made with oats treated with glyphosate, the herbicide at the center of massive cancer lawsuits in the United States. Glyphosate residues in oat-based products are far more tightly regulated in Europe than in the US, and several European nations have set stricter maximum residue limits. Why people waste money on it. The heart-healthy marketing makes people feel virtuous. They buy the 48-bar box, eat them as healthy snacks daily, and wonder why their blood sugar is spiking. The healthy label is doing a lot of heavy lifting for what is essentially a candy bar with oats. Smart alternative. Make your own oat bars at home using certified organic oats, honey, and nuts. It takes 20 minutes and costs about 40 cents per bar. Or buy Kind bars. They're more expensive per bar, but you'll naturally eat fewer of them. Item number 5. Instant oatmeal packets. What's the problem? Here's one that surprises people. Oatmeal, real, plain oatmeal, is genuinely one of the healthiest foods you can eat. But the flavored instant packets? They're a different animal. Kirkland's flavored instant oatmeal packs are loaded with added sugar, artificial flavors, and in some varieties, those same glyphosate-treated oats we just talked about. Flavored oatmeal can have as much sugar per serving as a glazed donut. Why people waste money on it, the 40-pack box looks like an amazing deal, and it is. Until you realize you're buying something that behaves metabolically more like dessert than breakfast. For seniors managing blood sugar, this is a serious concern. Smart alternative. Buy the giant Kirkland rolled oats container, just plain oats, nothing added. It costs a fraction of the price per serving and takes 3 minutes in the microwave. Add your own banana, cinnamon, and a drizzle of honey. You'll eat healthier and spend 70% less per breakfast. Item number 4. Costco Kirkland canned soup. What's the problem? Canned soup is a staple for millions of households, especially for older Americans eating alone or cooking for 1 or 2 people. But Kirkland canned soups, like many American canned goods, can contain BPA in the can lining. BPA, or bisphenol A, is an industrial chemical that has been banned or severely restricted in food packaging across the European Union, Canada, and many other countries. It's linked to hormone disruption, which has implications for cardiovascular health, thyroid function, and even cognitive issues. Why people waste money on it? People buy 24 can cases because it's convenient and feels like savings, but they're not factoring in the potential health costs of regular BPA exposure. And soup is one of those things. It's almost always cheaper, tastier, and healthier to make yourself. Smart alternative. Look for Beep A, free labeled cans. They exist. Or better yet, make a big batch of homemade soup, portion it into mason jars or freezer containers and freeze it. At Costco, you can buy vegetables, beans, and chicken cheaply enough to make 12 portions of soup for about $8 total. Item number 3. Kirkland bread and bakery rolls. What's the problem? All right, here it is. The big one I teased earlier. Most commercial bread sold in the United States, including some of Costco's bakery and packaged bread products, is made with potassium bromate. It's a dough conditioner that makes bread rise higher and gives it that fluffy, appealing texture. Potassium bromate is classified as a possible human carcinogen, and it is completely, flatly banned in the European Union, the UK, Canada, China, Brazil, and many other countries. Completely banned. You cannot legally sell bread made with it in those places. In the United States, totally legal and widely used. Why people waste money on it? Nobody goes to Costco looking for potassium bromate. They're just buying bread, the 2-pack of dinner rolls, the big sandwich loaf, but they're getting a banned carcinogen as a bonus ingredient. Smart alternative. Look for unbromated flour on the ingredient list. Dave's Killer Bread, which Costco actually carries, does not use potassium bromate. Ezekiel Bread is another excellent option. Or buy from local artisan bakeries, where you can ask directly about their ingredients. Item number 2. Kirkland olive oil. What's the problem? This one is less about dangerous chemicals and more about a massive, ongoing food fraud scandal. Multiple independent lab tests, including investigations by UC Davis and the New York Attorney General, have found that many extra virgin olive oils sold in the U.S., including some popular warehouse store brands, are either diluted with cheaper oils, like sunflower or soybean oil, or don't meet the quality standards to actually be called extra virgin. In Europe, olive oil fraud is taken extremely seriously. The EU has strict grading standards and testing protocols. In the US, it's largely an honor system. Why people waste money on it? People pay a premium for olive oil because they believe they're getting the heart-healthy polyphenols and monounsaturated fats they've heard about. But if the oil is adulterated or oxidized, they're not getting those benefits. They're just paying more for a cheaper oil in a fancy bottle. Smart alternative. Look for olive oils with the California Olive Oil Council, COOC seal, or oils that are single origin with a harvest date printed on the bottle. Costco does carry some quality options. Just read the label carefully. A harvest date within the last 12 months is what you want. Item number 1. Kirkland Daily Multivitamins, plus popular joint supplements. What's the problem? Here it is, the number 1 item on our list. And I want you to really pay attention here because this affects tens of millions of seniors specifically. Costco's Kirkland brand multivitamins and joint supplements, products like glucosamine, chondroitin, fish oil, and the standard senior multivitamin are among the top sellers in the entire store for shoppers over 55. And they seem like a no-brainer deal. Hundreds of capsules for a fraction of the pharmacy price. But here's what most people don't know. A landmark study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine found that most standard multivitamins, including popular senior formulas, provide little to no benefit for otherwise healthy adults. More alarming, some supplements, including certain forms of vitamin E and beta-carotene, were associated with increased mortality rates in high doses in multiple studies. In Europe, supplement dosages are strictly capped. In the US, you can legally sell a supplement with 10 times the recommended daily allowance of certain vitamins, and many cheap supplements do exactly that. Megadoses of fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, accumulate in your body and can reach toxic levels, especially in older adults, whose kidneys and liver process things more slowly. There's also the contamination issue. Third-party testing organizations like Consumer Lab and USP have repeatedly found that cheap supplements, including warehouse store brands, sometimes contain incorrect dosages, undisclosed fillers, or even trace heavy metals. Why people waste money on it? Seniors are specifically targeted by supplement marketing. The fears around aging, joint pain, memory loss, low energy are real and understandable, and supplement companies capitalize on them. People spend $50, $80, even $100 a month on supplements they may not need, or that are actually doing them subtle harm. And because you buy the 400-count bottle at Costco, even if you decide to stop, you feel obligated to finish it because you spent the money. That sunk cost trap keeps you taking something that might not be right for you. Smart alternative. This is the big one. Talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before taking any supplement, especially if you're on medication. Many popular supplements interact with prescription drugs, blood thinners and fish oil, statins and CoQ10. The interactions are real and can be serious. If you do take supplements, look for USP verified or NSF certified products. These have been independently tested for purity and dosage accuracy, and only buy a 30-day supply until you've confirmed the supplement is both safe and beneficial for you specifically. Your $50 a month in supplements might be better spent on fresh produce, quality protein, and a good pair of walking shoes, all of which have more consistent evidence for healthy aging than a cabinet full of capsules. Wow. Okay, we just went through 12 Costco products that deserve a second look. And I hope this gave you real, actionable information you can use the next time you walk through those warehouse doors. Look, I want to be clear. Costco is still one of the best values in American retail. There are incredible deals there, and a lot of their products are genuinely excellent. But being a truly frugal shopper isn't just about price per unit. It's about understanding what you're actually buying. The frugal shopper reads labels. The frugal shopper asks questions. The frugal shopper knows the difference between a deal and a trap dressed up in bulk packaging. If you learned something new today, do me a favor. Hit that like button because it genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. And if you know someone, especially an older family member, who shops at Costco regularly, please share this video with them. It could make a real difference. And of course, subscribe to Frugal Living if you haven't already. We put out new videos every week covering grocery hacks, budgeting strategies, and money-saving tips that actually work in the real world. No fluff, no filler, just practical advice to help you keep more of your hard-earned money. I'll see you in the next one. Stay smart. Stay frugal.